Yo, what's up YouTube? It's SH Garrison here and welcome back to the channel. So today I'll be doing a first listen to Red Velvet's IRENE and Seulgi's first mini album titled Monster. Now, we're not going to get to really completely go through each and every B-side considering that we're missing Naughty. I heard a day ago their B-side Naughty, their side track, that you know, SM's gonna try to really only release the digital version of that song only when they promote with that song, which is quite interesting because these days we're seeing a lot of pre-releases, a lot of unconventional ways of doing promotions, whether it's for a group, whether it's for a soloist, so on and so forth. Some things I could really agree, some like interesting how they do this sort of long-term promotion thing, and then like something like this that I haven't seen yet is that promoting Naughty and then putting it out digitally only when the promotion is happening for the track. I feel like I'm on the fence of it, but on the promotion standpoint I feel like it's a good thing so that there wouldn't be anything misleading, because I find it when I see or listen to a release and I don't see the choreo yet to it and I'm like, this is great, you know, but then I go into the actual song like and see the choreo and see how everything is done. I'm like, it's either like, oh, this met my expectations or this didn't, you know what I'm saying? But before we get into this, I really want to touch part a bit on when I first checked out their song Monster, of course, the MV for it, and I was quite overwhelmed in a good way, more from seeing it more than once right after the whole thing, how everything was done in such a cohesive manner, you know, from the styling, the music video direction, the way how IRENE and Seulgi conveyed what they were trying to get at in terms of the lyrics, in terms of their presence throughout the MV, I'd have to say. I love how they brought back a bit of dubstep, but throughout the chorus they had those trap influence, and sometimes you'd hear a miscellaneous sound here and there, or extra layers added on and nuances to the song. Other than that, guys, let's just get into it. Alright, so this first track is titled Diamond. Is it just me, or quite a bit of SM artists have been putting out songs, or side tracks I mean, titled Diamond, or you know, Diamond being in the title at least? Other than that, let's just get into it. So they're really going for the saying of diamond in the rough. Was this like a keyboard in the back? Oh. Ooh. You can't replace me, because I'm the one. I'm really liking the confidence in this song. Wow. I really love the instrumental and how it works so well with the lyrics that they're putting out, guys. Oh, switch up with Seulgi. Loving the guitar too in this. Oh, is that like a vibraphone? I love how they removed that layer part of the song when they brought it together. Oh, tell 'em. Okay, so Diamond. This first track is so your go-to Red Velvet R&B feel, you know what I'm saying? This sort of brings me back to I would say not the recent R&B songs that we've gotten from Red Velvet, but more of the Be Natural, the Automatic days, you know. It has some of those qualities, but I really want to dive into really the saying, you know, how they're the saying of diamond in the rough, you know. Before getting into this, I'm like, are they gonna talk about, you know, the qualities of a diamond and try to connect that to themselves or for, you know, the audience? But diamond in the rough, it sort of hits differently for me, because of course, if you guys probably know, you know, diamond in the rough having special qualities that are hidden, you know, potential, having that potential in the future to really shine, and that just being that hidden diamond in the rough amongst others. It's good to really show a side, I think, that IRENE and Seulgi touched part about is just the confidence of being that diamond in the rough. And it sort of gets me a little bit emotional. I sort of want to touch part on this, of how, you know, throwing back even further, you know, during their debut days. And I think those times, each and every member of Red Velvet as a whole was a diamond in the rough. People really, or the criticizers, you know, the haters and whatnot, who didn't really put out constructive criticism, more so of hatred and dislike and everything like that in the early days. I'm not going to touch part if this was locally, internationally, but like in general, you know, they had immense amount of potential. And now seeing that the whole group has really moved on and really shown what they're all about with their sound, their side tracks, how versatile they can be with all their skills, traits, characteristics individually and a group as a whole, really goes to show those people back then. Now, you know, I can tell you for sure some of those people, or a good amount of those people, switch sides, and that's pretty much what I see a lot these days, you know. And it's funny to see how from then and now you can look back on a song that you didn't necessarily like, you know. Hate is just such a harsh word, in my opinion. You know, it's either like or dislike, and you guys may have disliked the song before, but then it ended up growing on you like years later. Or in these cases with title tracks, sometimes it takes, you know, a couple more listens or several more listens to really grow on you and thoroughly enjoy it. You know, back then it's like, hey, I don't like it, I don't like it. Of course, there's still people, you know, listeners, fans, or etc., who, you know, don't want to really dwell, or not dwell, but take the time to listen to a song that they didn't initially like. You know, it's like, oh, why does it hit different now, you know, on the second listen? That's sometimes how I feel with these new releases these days, and I really do like to take the time to do that, because you never know, it could grow on you, it could not, you know. But this track, of course, you know, you can't have a track that is not R&B on a mini album or album when it comes to Red Velvet. This is a great track. I can see myself listening to this song as a guy who really puts like Automatic as one of my favorite tracks, as a guy who loves R&B in general. Phenomenal track. Let's just get into the next B-side now. Alright, so this track is titled Feel Good. Let's go. Oh, this bass guitar, this bass line. Oh, getting a bit of chills from this, guys. Now Seulgi came in. You can hear the clapping getting louder. Oh, okay. More and more, why can't you stop? The more you hurt, the more you get hurt. Oh. I've got to say, it's just amazing to hear Irene use her lower register, like hitting those lower notes. But then when they bring it together, oh, this time we're getting Irene in more that higher atmosphere type feel. But with Seulgi too. I love this breakdown. But what I'm trying to say is that sort of unison feeling when they sing these lines together. Oh. Okay, Seulgi. Oh, with these chords too with Irene. I hope you're as unhappy as I am. I don't know how much more I can screw you up. There's a bit of electro sounds too. Wow, okay. I'm saying it right now. So far, this is my favorite track on the mini album. This is so good. Just how Irene came in with the instrumental, got a bit of chills there. And then when Seulgi came in, but then when they brought it together and laid out the lines the manner that they did, really pushes more of the feeling of what they're trying to convey with their lyrics. Love this song sonically. So going and touching part of the lyrics, you know, I don't know why, you know, you feel good. I feel good about, you know, you hurting more and everything. I love the parallelism to this song. You know, whether it's hating in terms of hating an idol, which is, you know, at the end of the day, idols are humans too, or just hatred in general. Because, like, the huge question is, hey, why are you hating me? Because at the end of the day, you're hurting yourself too as an individual within society as well. What's the point? You know, it's at the end of the day, we all know it's a waste of time. Stop wasting your time, you know? And it's such a huge topic in the world these days. One of the huge topics, which is hate, you know, which leads to other actions that I'm not really going to get into. But, you know, I see this more as sort of that phase where, hey, I'm at this point, I'm like, I get quite a bit of hate, but it's just like another day. You know, I'm satisfied. I have that feel good feeling that, hey, I may be getting hurt at the moment, but I have supporters. You, on the other hand, are hating for what good reason, but you're hurting yourself too in the process. Wow, this is one part of the topic, or one side of the topic of hate that I've never really seen get touched on. You know, love a little bit of that aggressiveness in terms of the lyrics, but in terms of how they just laid it down of the chorus, you know, going from the pre-chorus, it really makes you, like, it settles in. It's like, oh. And then Seulgi, she gets sort of into the higher notes, and then she really gets into the higher notes, and Irene really compliments Seulgi's vocals because, you know, she's using now in this mostly her lower register, her lower notes, which is great, beautiful to hear. You know, of course, it goes vice versa too. Seulgi's complimenting Irene. And then when they bring it together in unison, and they just say, hey, I don't know why I feel good about, you know, you hurting more, you know. It just hits differently. It sinks in. It's that sinking in feeling. Such a good track, guys. I could really see this being a title track, but at the same time, I can see why this is more so of a B-side. I would love a performance of this song, sort of, you know, because just seeing how they really play off of each other together and work as like one unit on this song is quite interesting. That one word, interesting, you know? There's a lot of vibes different people can really get from this, but sonically, the lyricism, this song is great. Let's get into the next song now. Alright, so this song is titled Jelly. I'm quite curious if this is gonna lean more towards like actual jelly or the play on words of, you know, jealousy. But yeah, let's get into it. Oh. Love how Irene came in there with the playful piano. Definitely has that sort of happy-go-lucky feel, I think. What's that feeling? What? What is that? What? Oh. Trying to hide that jealousy. But I love how they're connecting it to the food, you know? Wait, was that Irene who was like, I love how the piano's here and there too, not like constant. Again with the what? I'm like a childish kid. Love the lyrics to this song too. Oh, like with these trumpets or brass instruments. Woo. Loving the notes that they're bringing out in this song. Loving how the brass is so punchy too. Oh, and how it ended it like that with the trumpets, right? Or the brass instruments, that whatever the brass instrument was used in this song. This song is great, guys. What do we even touch part upon? You know, some of the ad libs, adding some of the what effect, so or the sampling, and then how Irene did like sort of this small laugh or chuckle, that was sort of not fully hidden at the same time. It sort of reminds me of, as of recently, when they're as a group, their like latest B-sides, you know. I believe it was from the finale, right? In and Out, and then other tracks like LP. Just the overall nuances to the song, you know, how there's this sort of synth that comes in, you know, this sort of psychedelic or whatever layer to the song. But then I love how, you know, how they bring this sort of brass instrument. I'm pretty sure trumpets, right? During the final chorus and everything was great. It's a great addition, you know. And I feel like so far, I love how we're seeing vocalist Irene shine and really show everyone out there that she can really sing, you know, going from the previous song where she used her lower register of notes, and then now here with Seulgi. Man, Seulgi is doing this, you know, sort of I would say more so establishing how they are as a duo, you know. Of course, we can't really expect when, say, their next mini or EP comes out or title track comes out, we can't expect what is coming from, but we know it's gonna be inherently them, you know what I'm saying? by the time they have like their first comeback as a duo. And I really find that SM, or the people who really work with their artists, for example, a great example here, EXO, you know, their duo of Sehun and Chanyeol, and as well as with IRENE and Seulgi, is that they could eventually end up working with other artists, you know, influences that they enjoy, musical influences that they enjoy, but really stay true to their sound, you know. And I love how we're getting more of a showcase in the vocal department. It's not like they haven't shown their vocals before, but it's like, hey, this is another reason why that they can sing and do this and really show different sides to them. Great song. It's definitely up there from the previous B-side. Let's just get into the next one now. So this last track is actually a solo by Seulgi, and while searching this up, I actually didn't know that she did like a short performance of this her song right here, basically, during Le Rouge. Uncover. Okay, let's see what it's all about. Oh. A little bit mysterious.
Deep inside, I see your true color. No need to hide. It's time to uncover.
I'm feeling that sort of vulnerability. Seeing or hearing that vulnerable side from Seulgi here so far. Oh, okay. Like I hear some string instruments used in this. Ooh. Wow. I love the meaning that's coming out behind what Seulgi's trying to put in this song and show us. Very angelic. It has that angelic feel to it.
Listen to your heart, don't be afraid to let them show. Uncover your mind.
The overall vibe to this song too.
Uncover your mind. Oh, yeah.
The ambiance to this song. Bit of bass here and there. But I love how this song, the overall instrumental, really speaks of the title of the song and the chorus, Uncover Your Mind. The mystery. that needs to be uncovered, and like how Seulgi really touches part on, you know, going for I wouldn't say like physically, you know what I'm saying, but you know, the action of uncovering mind, discovering oneself, overall individuality and everything. This song, I can appreciate a song like this one for sure, and I definitely gonna have to watch that short performance that she did on Le Rouge for this song. You know, I'm curious, you know, what kind of like dance she did along to this song. You know, I could see it more the way something elegant, nothing too over the top, as you know, there is that vulnerable feeling to this song. This song was great too, I'd have to say, guys. This song, you know, of course, this solo by Seulgi was great. Now, after listening to all the B-sides, well, not all, you know, we still are waiting for Naughty. I feel like this is what I always feel like when I listen to Red Velvet songs in general, and their B-sides, and all of their albums, mini albums, you name it, through the years. You know, I always feel like I'm taken on a journey. I am really captivated by the sides that they're showing from each other, from towards us, I mean. You know, and dipping into different genres, treating R&B, you know, and using it more towards their style. Doing that is quite hard alone, but when you can do that, it's just something else, you know. Like Red Velvet R&B tracks just hit differently. I don't know how to really elaborate on that, but throughout the years, you know, I wasn't like a huge R&B type guy, you know, not until I really got in more into Zion T, Crush, and then the go-to R&B tracks would be them and other artists. But then Red Velvet as a group, you know, I feel like as a group, R&B tracks are quite hard to do, but it's good to see more artists pick up the R&B genre. One good example, as of recently, is GOT7. But when a group or soloist takes up the R&B, it really is hard to do, because you have to really try to convey something throughout an R&B type track, you know, or else it's gonna lose it something special, you know. There has to be something special when it comes to an R&B track. And I love how this mini album hits it right off right away with an R&B track, Diamond in the Rough, the meaning behind it and everything, and touching a different side to it, as you know, that sort of confidence of being a diamond in the rough. Then we get into Feel Good. I love that track, I'd have to say. Feel Good. I think Feel Good and Jelly is up there, but all in all, this first mini album, alongside with Monster, masterpiece, guys. It really is. I feel like they all have their pros and cons for sure, you know. Monster, they do bring back the dubstep side and have some of that trap influence, and I love more so that song in terms of the concept, how sultry it is and everything. But then when we get into Diamond, you know, and Feel Good, you know, more in terms of the musicality, I appreciate those songs the way it is, and the meanings, and sort of these symbolic signs that connect to the title of the songs. Great, you know, alongside with Jelly. And then ending it off, it was interesting to see Seulgi's solo bonus track. Basically, it's a bonus track. It's titled as a bonus track here. So hearing something really vulnerable, and that goes back to my point. Like, Red Velvet's one of those rare girl groups, and now coming into IRENE and Seulgi as a unit that can really put you and set you on a journey. And there's only so few, boy groups and girl groups that I really say that do that. I can tell you, this did not disappoint. And I love how it's funny to say this every time when I listen to anything Red Velvet related, because I feel like it's so redundant now to the point, of saying they do not disappoint when it comes to their B-sides. But I have to say it because they really don't. They really do not disappoint when it comes to their B-sides, and more so talking about their B-sides, the different genres they put out and try, how experimental at times they can be with them, the unconventional takes and delivery of their lines, and the musicality, whether it's something that has a lot of layers to, or something that is so minimal like Seulgi's I would have to say bonus track Uncover, how she shows that vulnerable side, and she's trying to put something out there where we could really connect and relate. Anyways, guys, thank you so much if you guys came this far into the first listen. I thoroughly enjoyed doing this. Definitely worth my time. I can't wait to check out Naughty. Let me know if you want me to do a video on that when it comes out. Most likely I will, because I'm curious how Naughty's gonna be in terms of the overall performance, the choreo, the sonics of it, and how it ties along to this overall theme of this mini album. But yeah, other than that, be sure to like, share, and maybe subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and it just warms my heart being able to connect with you guys and simply enjoy what we love, which is K-pop, Red Velvet, and etc. IRENE and Seulgi has really delivered with this mini album, and I would just love to see performances for all of these tracks. Not gonna lie. But yeah, take care. Have a great day. Have a good night. Wherever you are, stay safe. Promise me that. It's crazy out there. And be sure to educate yourselves on what is truly saddening that's going on in the world. If you have not yet, be sure to do so. And peace.